with you here today. Today we're going to talk about maps and we're going to discuss their importance in the world. So first of all, in understanding maps, we kind of have to make sense of what maps are. So maps are pretty much us trying to make a three-dimensional world into a two-dimensional world. So what does that mean? So we live in a three-dimensional world. We have up, down, in, and out. So we live in three dimensions. While a map is two-dimensional, it's flat. So making a three-dimensional world into a nice flat surface is a little difficult, and it's kind of hard to do. So that is what cartographers, those are people who make maps, that's what they are trying to do. So one of the first things that we have here are something called map projections. So map projections are pretty much how people project the world to look like on a flat surface. And map projections are created by different types of cartographers, and you get different types of maps. So one of the first ones that we get that we're kind of used to the most is the Mercator map. The Mercator map is it has its flaws and it has its benefits. One of its benefits is that it has an accurate shape. So it's trying to get good shapes. So it makes everything look good. The continents look accurate. The oceans look accurate in their size. I mean, in their shape. However, their size is not accurate. How large they are. Because how large they are kind of influences how accurate the map looks like, or how wonky the map looks like. You have a different type of map projection called the Robinson projection that kind of does the opposite. It tries to make accurate sizes. So it makes the continents look right and look the accurate size that they actually are. However, the shape's a little wonky because if you make everything the accurate size, then it kind of sacrifices shape. It doesn't really look, nice and clean. So another type of map is a Zoeter projection. That projection is trying to make things accurate in relations to distance. So certain continents are far away from each other. But when you make it a projection, it's kind of hard to show accurately based off of the scales and distances on how far a certain continent is from another one. On a 3D plane, this is easy. It's not hard. But on a two-dimensional plane, to make everything accurate, it's very difficult. Then we got another type of projection. We get the Gall-Peters projection. This projection is similar to the Robinson projection, but it's a little difficult to do the same issues that it's trying to make. It's trying to solve the same things with the Robinson. It's trying to get accurate size, but really it sacrifices on shape. It can't do everything perfectly. Next, we get different types of maps when it comes to different themes in maps. Well, first one, we get a physical map. Physical maps are trying to show you pretty much what's physical landmarks are in a certain region or area. So we can see that like a mountain range is there, river range, or river valley. You'll see different large physical landmarks in that area. Then you get political maps. This one we're very used to. We know very well. Political maps kind of are responsible for showing different boundaries. These different boundaries allow us to kind of understand, Texas borders Louisiana. Louisiana is right there and borders it. There's a nice boundary separating the two areas. Sorry about that. Then we're getting on to topographical and thematic maps. Topographical and thematic maps are pretty much trying to get you to see how it's kind of similar to topographical is kind of similar to the physical map, and then a thematic map is trying to show you different themes that are going on specifically about a specific topic. Then we get into climatic maps. Climatic maps are kind of what you see when you're watching the weather. When you're watching the weather, it shows you like, oh, there's rain showers over here. Over here, you see them by the different dots projected on the screen. So different types of maps for different types of things. So that is our section on maps. Please join us later for our section on what is exactly on a map, which we'll get to later.